the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in the final game of a 4-game series at the Rogers Center in Toronto. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back on this Sunday afternoon. This is the final game of the first series of the 2025 series. The Orioles yesterday took a lead in it 2-1 after a nice bounce-back performance from a lousy Game 2. Had Dean Kramer with a bit of a shaky start, but he hung in there, and the Orioles offense helped pick up the slack, bouncing back again after going pretty invisible in Game 2. Things started to look a lot better again. We're still missing Gunnar Henderson, and today we don't have Jordan Westburg in the lineup. We're going to talk about that, and we've also got another piece of news that isn't fun to talk about, but it's just baseball, folks. We've got another pitcher down. Albert Suarez is on the 15-day DL, and he has been replaced on the roster by Matt Bowman. Matt Bowman, a right-handed pitcher who was in the running for the final bullpen spot in a race with Brian Baker. Well, both now Bowman and Baker in this bullpen. A lot of B's. For the time being, my hot take on this is if Albert's going to be out for a little bit, Kyle Gibson, not needing a full, spring, 6-week amount of time in order to get ready. Kyle Gibson, we might see him before Suarez gets back from this DL stint. We'll see. Gibson might be joining the team here in a couple of weeks. I'm just throwing it out there. We'll see. I have no idea exactly when the projected timeline is for his call up from AAA. But anyway, listen, we got a game today, and welcome to the channel. I think that's where I meant to go. Welcome to the channel, folks. This is the BirdWatcher Channel. It's Season 2. This channel started last year, and my goal was to call all 162 regular season games and postseason games. I did that, and in doing so, I've grown quite a nice community here of fellow Oriole fans, fellow bird watchers, as we like to call them, here in the Charm City chat. And if you want to be a part of that, it's very simple. You hit a subscribe button. It's right at the bottom of your screen. It'll help you get access to the channel a lot easier. You can hit the notification bell. It'll let you know every time a game is on. But if that's asking too much, just go ahead and hit that like button and help out the channel. The more people that like it, the more YouTube recognizes the channel's growth and pushes the channel out there to more people who may not have otherwise found it yet. So, we have today some good news, which is a debut. Probably the most anticipated debut of any of the new Orioles acquired during the offseason. That's because he's a bit of an unknown. It's Tomoyuki Sugano, Japanese pitcher, a right-hander, veteran, 35 years old, who comes over from the Nippon Professional Japanese League with quite a resume. Got a couple of Japanese equivalent to the Cy Young Award. He's also won an MVP. Last season, he posted a ridiculous ERA of 1.76. We're not expecting that sort of number from him in Major League Baseball, but if he can translate what he does over to this league with 75% of that effectiveness, if that 1.76 ERA turns into a 2.76, we'll take it. We'll take it all day. But the thing with Sugano is that, you know, unlike earlier in his career where he could blow you away with some really hard stuff, he now relies a lot more on a large mix of pitches and pinpoint control. By doing that, he's reduced weak contact, and strikeout numbers may not be very impressive, but he does find a way to get outs. He's a veteran. That's how guys like this pitch well into their mid to late 30s. A lot of people think he's already over the hill. Personally, I think we need to give this guy a chance. I think he could be something special, but it really is an absolute unknown. But we're going to find out today at least how his Major League career starts. He's going to be on the mound facing Chris Bassitt of the Blue Jays. Again, hey, if we don't win today, guess what? We start the season with a split on the road against a division opponent. Really not a bad thing. So we're kind of playing with house money here today, and hopefully the team is going to be nice and loose, still focused, because it would be great to get out of here with 3 out of 4. Try to, you know, keep pace with the Yankees, who have gotten off to a nice start with their brand new torpedo bats. Oh, we'll be talking about that too, believe me. The torpedo bat. I think this is going to have a ripple effect across the league here pretty soon. But we'll talk about that. This game's going to get started here in about 4 minutes, so let's go over the starting lineups. Game is already up on my screen. Hopefully it's not too far behind. I do have the Masson team up. Kevin Brown and Ben McDonald on the call. Nice to have them. Go over these lineups. The Orioles did not post their lineup until about an hour before the game, which is quite unusual. And when the lineup finally did get released, the absence of Jordan Westburg on the sheet jumped out immediately. And I think the delay in the release of the lineup in his absence might be one having to do with the other. My theory is that Westburg perhaps showed up at the clubhouse today feeling ill, or maybe nursing some sort of minor injury that maybe the Orioles thought with a few hours in the morning would get better enough to where they felt fine putting him in the lineup, because there's really no reason to sit him right now. Through the first 3 games of the season, leading the team with 3 home runs, hitting quite well with the average, 462. Really not a reason to sit him. I was actually looking at Colton Cowser as a guy that maybe could take a seat today and give Heston Kjerstad another start in the lineup. Cowser with just one hit through the first 3 games. It was a home run leading off yesterday's ball game, but he is hitting just .083. Did have a mental error in the field on that fly ball he caught, threw towards second base when he should have gone to third. Then in his last at bat, when he didn't do anything productive, he slammed his bat down in frustration. Cowser to me just looks like a guy that could use a day off, and you know, he could still work his way into the ball game later on and help out in some way, but you know, maybe give him a mental day off and then he'll be nice and fresh for the home opener tomorrow. But instead, Cowser's in the lineup, and it's Westburg who's missing. Instead of Westburg, it's going to be Jorge Mateo to take the place on the infield. Mateo, in his one other start, did not look very good at all. hopefully he's going to show something better for us today. So, with no further ado, let's get through that lineup real quick. Colton Cowser will lead off and play left field. Adley Rutschman will catch and bat second. Ryan O'Hearn is the DH, and he will bat third. Tyler O'Neill, the cleanup hitter in right field. Ced Mullins, who's got 6 RBI early on. He's leading the team in that department. He's in center field batting fifth. Brian Mountcastle will hit sixth and play first base. Jackson Holliday in the 7th spot today at second base. Ramon Arias, who had that big 3-run double, that rally that gave us the lead to stay, at third base hitting 8th. And finally, Jorge Mateo, as I mentioned earlier, in the lineup today, batting 9th and playing shortstop. For the Blue Jays, top of the order, much the same as the first 3 games. Bo Bichette, been red hot, is going to lead off and play shortstop. Vlad Guerrero Jr. will play first base and bat second. Anthony Santander is the DH today. He'll hit third. Batting cleanup is Andres Jimenez, where he's been all series, at second base. George Springer in right field, batting fifth. Will Wagner, who's alternated between DH and third base, at third base today, he'll hit sixth. Alan Roden, who made that impressive diving catch second game of this series, he's hitting seventh. The rookie, 1 for 6 so far. And then we've got a couple of guys who have yet to make an appearance so far in this series. Backup catcher Heineman. I don't know his first name. Let me click on that. What is your name, sir? Tyler Heineman doing the catching for the Blue Jays. And Miles Straw, former Guardian, will play center field and bat 9th. The Blue Jays have taken the field. Again, it's Chris Bassitt on the mound for Toronto. Toronto has a pretty deep rotation. Bassitt is a very solid number 4 starter to have. Home plate umpire today will be Ryan Willis. Lance Barksdale will be at first. Will Little at second, and Ryan Addington at third. By the way, also for the Blue Jays, yesterday, Max Scherzer, who had to leave the game after 3 innings. The reason why, he has inflammation, I think it is, on his right elbow, or I'm sorry, right thumb elbow. Right thumb. Pitching thumb, if you will. Had an issue, and they put him, I believe, on the DL, right? Yeah, Max Scherzer is already on the 15-day DL. Chris Bassitt last season with a record of 10-14, 31 starts, a 4.16 ERA. He is ready to make his first pitch of the ball game. No, he's not. That was his last warm-up pitch. All right, the next time he throws one off the mound, it will count. Yes, so Max Scherzer, folks, I mean, there's a guy that we might have signed. And imagine how we would have felt that we went out and got a guy like Scherzer, and after 3 innings of pitching, is on the DL. Charlie Morton might not have been a great debut, but at least he's healthy. Folks, here comes the first pitch of the ball game to Cowser, and it's in there for a called strike. We're underway. Charm City Chat, I hope you're doing well. Grab a drink, grab a snack. We got baseball on Sunday. And the 0-1 pitch is way outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Folks, if you're watching along with me and you're ahead of me already, please do what you can to pause your game whenever there's an event like an out. And then when I call that out, you unpause your game, and then you'll be synced up for the rest of the afternoon. There's a called strike on the inside edge to Cowser. That makes the count a ball and 2 strikes. That replay shows that pitch was actually an inch or 2 inside. Cowser should have a 2-1 count. Instead, it's 1-2. That one is inside for sure. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rutschman on deck. And Ryan O'Hearn will bat third in this inning. Blue Jays wearing their powder blue shirts and pants. Orioles in their all grays. And that pitch is off the plate, full count. So Cows are doing a good job as the leadoff man to make Bassitt throw some pitches. Got a full count here. Gives his teammates a chance to get a look at Bassitt before it's their turn up. Payoff pitch. And that's a called strike 3, and that is a tough pitch. Just kissing the inside edge at the bottom of the zone. And Cowser goes down looking. And that was particularly nasty because the pitch actually started further inside and then tailed back over the inside edge. Here's Adley Rutschman.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
All right. Rutschman, first pitch to him, takes one a little bit low for ball 1. The word is out, folks. Adley Rutschman is back. Saw it pretty much from the first game he played in the spring. He hasn't looked back since. He looks like he's back to his old self as he fouls this 1-0 pitch off, 1-1. Couple of home runs on opening day. One of them 436 feet, which was the longest home run hit on opening day anywhere in baseball. 1-1 from Bassitt is hit aligned right to third on a bounce. Throw over to Guerrero is in time. Rutschman grounds out 5-3 for the second out here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Left to right in the Blue Jay outfield, it's Rodin, Straw, and Springer. Wagner at third, Bichette at short, Jimenez at second, Guerrero at first, and Heineman behind the plate. That is the Blue Jay defense. O'Hearn hitting .308 in the early going, takes high for ball 1. How you doing there, Charm City Chat? I'll check in with everybody here in the next half-inning break. Also probably need to update the scoreboard. We're still looking at just me, right? We're not looking at the scoreboard. Might need to get that up. Maybe we'll be lucky and it won't be given away too much too soon. 2-0 now, the count on Ryan O'Hearn. And this pitch is way up and away for ball 3. 3-0. Get a 2-out rally started. Pitch. O'Hearn takes all the way, and that pitch looked a bit inside. O'Hearn with perhaps a slight word with the ump. Bassitt is definitely getting the call on the inside by an inch or two, and he's probably going to exploit that until something changes. There's a pitch inside, and O'Hearn was ready, in fact, too ready. He was out in front and whips it foul off to the right. Full count on O'Hearn, 2 down, bases empty. We're just getting started in the bottom of the first. And the payoff pitch. Hitting the ground and through the left side, a base hit past the third baseman. And Ryan O'Hearn increases his average. It's up from .308. At that 2-out knock. First base hit of the day for the Orioles. All right. That'll bring up Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill had the day off yesterday, and I think that's probably going to be something you're going to see pretty often, especially if you get a run of right-handed pitchers. We got to keep this guy healthy. First pitch to him is up and in for ball 1. O'Neill hitting .500. A lot of that damage done on opening day when he reached base in all 5 at-bats, 5 plate appearances, I should say. 4 hits and a walk, I believe, was the scoreline, including that 6th straight opening day home run. A major league record that he had already achieved last season, doing it 5 times while a member of the Red Sox. He's now just 2 home runs behind for total opening day home runs in a career. And does anybody in the Charm City chat know who owns that record? You'll get a special prize if you do. Check swing on O'Neill, and the home plate umpire says he went. It's a ball and 2 strikes. No Googling now. I'll know if you did. Evan, winner, winner, chicken dinner. The 1-2 pitch hit on the ground and past the shortstop into left field, a base hit. And Ryan O'Hearn's trying to get the third. The throw is not in time. Boy, O'Hearn taking a risk there with 2 out to get the third base, but it pays off. Just getting his foot in there before the tag. And the Orioles indeed are in the middle of a 2-out rally now. Runners at the corner. I believe it's Ced's turn. Ced Mullins
said, now you know what to do.
Yes, Frank Robinson holds the all-time record. 8 opening day home runs. O'Neill just 2 behind. Ced Mullins off to a nice start. 333 average. 6 RBI, which leads the team right now. He takes up and away for ball 1. A splitter there from Bassitt that surely did not go in the area he was intending. Usually not where you throw a splitter, up and away. That ball is golfed to right foul by Mullins. 1-1 the count. O'Hearn at third, O'Neill at first. Got a couple of Irishmen out there on the bases. A chance for Ced to add to his team-leading RBI total. Get these Orioles a lead here in the top of the first. The 1-1 pitch. Low and in, and it gets away from the catcher. And coming home is O'Hearn. He can walk in. No play at the plate. A wild pitch, and that gets the Orioles on the board. It's 1-0. Thank you for that play there. That wild pitch. We appreciate it. 1-0 Orioles, just like that. That ball bouncing in, nearly hitting the foot of Mullins. Luckily, he did not get hit. 2-1 pitch, and he fouls it away right behind home plate. Count is now 2-2. The trail runner moves up to second base, so now a base hit can get a 2-0 lead up on the board. With O'Neill now at second. Pitch. Mullins lifts it in the air, but it's very, very lightly hit. A can of corn out there for Miles Straw. He makes the catch. But the Orioles do get a run here in the top of the first. Always good to get that early lead on the road. And guess what? After this commercial break, coming out to make his major league debut in an Orioles uniform, it's Tomoyuki Sugano coming up. 1-0 Baltimore. All right, I'm going to attempt to get this scoreboard up here. Although so far this season we're about 0 for 3. Although it's showing the wild pitch that happened like 2 minutes ago. So where am I pointing at? Over here? Over here. See? So maybe it'll be behind like that, and that'll be fine. It can be 2 minutes behind. At least it gives you a little bit of eye candy, and now I can be a little bit smaller on the screen. I'm sick of taking up half the screen. Got the out-of-town scoreboard. This is where we're supposed to be, okay? When I'm over here, This is supposed to be the between innings area where I tell you to like and subscribe and maybe engage with the chat and all that, but normally it's supposed to be over here. All right, speaking of chat, let's see who we can shout out here. JM, George Ford, Steve Nicholson, Justin, Chilo, Robert, Cheston, 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 Cheston. Cheston. Not a race to see who can leave the most comments, okay? JM, how are you? Evan, George, if I didn't mention you already, Dingleberry, Nicholas, High Priest of the Church of Tea. Hey, buddy. I remember you. How you been? Here's Sugano. Dan. Cantankerous. If I didn't get your name, folks, I apologize. We got first pitch from Sugano, and it's low and away for ball one to Bo Bichette. Well, Sugano, welcome to Major League Baseball. You're facing probably one of the hotter hitters right now. Bichette, yesterday, he had a big hit off Yenier Cano when everybody else Cano faced couldn't do anything. And he also got a double off of Felix Bautista when Bautista struck out all three outs that he acquired. So Bichette feels like he can hit anybody right now. 3-0 pitch. He's already, wow, Sugano walks Bichette on 4 pitches. That's a little scary. Welcome in. Hearing from Japan. Welcome in. Welcome aboard. Hopefully we're going to get a better result going forward than a 4-pitch walk to begin a major league career. I know Bichette might be a little intimidating with the way he's been hitting, but now you got Vlad Jr., and the first pitch to him is low. I mean, Sugano's supposed to be known for his command and the fact that he never walks anybody. Begun with a 4-pitch walk and now has yet to throw a strike. There is a strike. Oof. Okay. We got a strike in there. So that thing is just stuck on wild pitch. Let me try to refresh. The wrong thing. 1-1 pitch is ball 2. Oh, boy. Folks. Boy's feeling a little bit scared right now. 2-1 the count on Guerrero. Pitch. That one's hit in the air to left field. Pretty deep. Left center. Onto the track. Hauser makes the catch. And he fires it back towards second base. Bichette retreats to first. Whew. There's your first major league out, Sugano. Got to start somewhere, right? Man, oh man. All right. We kept Guerrero in the yard. We got him out. Next up, boy, from back in the day, Anthony Santander. And he takes inside ball 1. Sugano is supposed to be throwing first pitch strikes. This is supposed to be his calling card, not falling behind hitters. Get it. It's the tough 3 batters in the lineup, but inside, it's not close. Pitches that are missing so far that batters aren't even tempted to swing. Not a recipe for success. You can be effectively wild, but you got to at least have the pitch start in the zone. And Santander reaches for one and smokes it to right field, but catching it on the run out there is Tyler O'Neill. Boy, that ball was hit hard. O'Neill had to move quick. Just about 4 or 5 steps is all the time he had, but able to track that ball down for out number 2. All right, maybe 6 or 7 steps. Sugano with a grimace on his face. Let's try to get out of this inning here, Tomo. Andres Jimenez at the plate. Here's a check on Bassitt. He's back standing. It just could be nerves, folks. I'm sure for Sugano, this is a major, major moment. But he's been around long enough where you think he's going to settle down. There's a curveball and a beauty. First breaking ball, 12-6 curve thrown by Sugano in this one to get ahead of Jimenez. Hey there, Bill. The 0-1. Wait, my game froze? What happened? Whoa, what happened? What the hell? Oh my God, everything just crashed. Everything crashed. That crashed. What the hell? Bug report tool. What bug? What bug? What report? What the hell are you talking about? I'm going to have to reboot my whole computer. Everything is... This looks like I've been a virus or something. Holy cow, this could be bad. Very, very... I'm going to have to restart my computer and watch the pitch by... Sorry, folks. Tough. Follow along on the screen. Have to give me... Oh, now it's coming back. What the hell is going on, man? I have to pray that my desktop looks normal when we get back. Everything just crashed and black screen. Oh, boy. 1-1. Wow, it hasn't even popped up on the board yet. There it is. It's a single. Is it tied up now? Oh, we're doing a pitch count. Okay, appreciate it, Bill. Who's up to hit right now? This is going to take a few minutes. Oh, crap. Oh, boy. Base hit for Wagner to tie the ball game. I think I might have to call on the hat for this game. I mean, the hat. Lucky to be Eflin commercial. So what happened? Strikeout into the first, but 2-1 Blue Jays. So they gave up. He gave up 2 runs. Bias is all right. Well, Zach Eflin was a trade that he made deadline last year. Are you happy with Eflin? Look, I get it. It's been a mixed bag when it comes to trades, but like the one that really gets to me is how everybody was so elated for that Corbin Burnes trade, even though they knew it was a 1-year deal. They knew what we were giving away. They still thought it was great. Some people said the Brewers, at least them, and yet those same people are now saying, "What a waste." But we got what we paid for. 1 year of team control of Corbin Burnes. Ryan Mountcastle is going to lead it off here in the top of the second inning.
Okay, mount up.
Takes a called strike at the bottom of the zone, and I can see Mounty's got a lot of pitches already up on this screen, so we're going to head back over here, folks. Mountcastle just 1 for 9 to start the season. Here's a check or a foul ball at the plate. Count is 0-2. Once again, Albert Suarez placed on the 15-day DL with right shoulder inflammation. Matt Bowman called up from Norfolk to take his place in the pen. Pitch from Bassitt to Mountcastle's outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Blue Jays are on top now 2-1. Sugano did not have a good first inning. Let's give him a chance to settle down. You know, Kevin Gossman gave up a couple of early runs, and the Orioles had a 2-0 lead. That was game 2 where we got our butts kicked. Gossman settled down. There's Grayson doing some long toss. Here's a foul ball by Mountcastle. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. A ball and 2 strikes. Once again, thanks to those who have been subscribing over the past few days to get us over 2,400. Currently, I think at 2,409. Now the road is to 2,500. And hopefully, maybe in about a week, we can get there. That would be great because maybe 10 days is a little more realistic, but we got that home opener coming up tomorrow, and I'm hoping that'll be a nice big sub-run kind of a day. Hopefully with your help there in the Charm City chat, we can make it happen. 2-2 pitch to Mounty is hit on the ground on a big bounce to second. Jimenez with a routine throw to first. That's the first out here in the top of the second. Mountcastle grounding out 4-3. I mean, what about Burnes, though? Are we not counting Burnes, Chilo, that I was mentioning? Holiday lifts one into the air, and that ball is going to fall into no man's land in right center field. Jackson Holiday. When things are going well, you get hits like this. Just a sort of a soft fly ball to shallow right center, and in between the center fielder, right fielder, and second baseman, Holiday reaches with a base hit. Here comes Raymond.
I have a brother.
And he goes after the first pitch. That ball's hit to the opposite field pretty deep, but it's only deep enough to send the center fielder to the track. That is the second out. Arias gets into a ball. He can hit the ball out to the opposite field, but that was just to the right of center. That would have taken a really big poke. Well, with 2 down and Holiday at first, I want to see him steal and get into scoring position for Mateo, who's at the plate. Mateo takes outside for ball 1. This is Mateo's stand-in sound effect. I want to see Holiday running here. That's a tying run. Alejandro Kirk, who good at throwing out base runners, not behind the plate today. Teo could drive him in with a base hit here with 2 down. Here's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holiday still not running. I'm not happy about it. Pitch. Swing and a miss, and now it's 1-2. Now the chances of doing stolen base down to virtually none. Folks, I'm not going to tolerate the phrase trash Mateo. Holiday just stole the bag anyway, folks. Boom. Michael, that's just going to be a good old remove. Call my players trash again, and it'll be a 10-minute timeout. You can call me a Nazi or whatever the hell, but I've been going over this now for several days. Okay? Mateo might not be playing to your liking. And he may be losing his gig because of that. But he puts in effort. Okay? He might make mistakes. Might not produce the way you want him to. But last time I checked, he hustles. He's trying. Okay? We got a full count on Mateo. Holiday at second base. And again, hope you guys understand my position on that sort of thing. You know, this is like my family. You're talking about my family. You know, sometimes in your family you got your ups and downs and some bitterness as Mateo takes a called strike 3 to win the inning. He's not trash to me. He has not looked good. This 2025 season has begun. Gunnar Henderson due to return to the team on Wednesday, I believe. Monday, tomorrow, the last game, or Tuesday, a day off. I think tomorrow might be Mateo's last game until Gunnar gets back, and then we got to make a decision. There's a mystery, Alberto, with Westberg, because there really is no reason for him to be sitting with the way he's been hitting. It's just game 4 of the season. Not playing a position like catcher where enough time where he deserves a day off. So my humble view, he's nursing some kind of minor injury, but have yet to report on it. And I think the reason why the lineup was posted so late today, normally the lineup's out like 3 hours before first pitch. Their lineup did not come out until just an hour before first pitch. And I think that's because the team was assessing Westberg and hoping that whatever condition he's in would have improved in time for first pitch. But I guess they made the call finally and said, let's just go ahead and give him a day off. Hopefully it's just a day off. Expect an update. If it's more than that, definitely want to see Westberg out there in the home opener tomorrow. All right, folks, let's, you know what? Normally I do this when it's time to hit when we're trailing, but I'm pulling an audible. Sugano's out here for his second inning of work. Alan Roden at the plate, and it's off the outside for ball 1. Again, Sugano, where is the first pitch strikes, dude? There's a swing and a miss on a splitter. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runs in the first inning given up by Sugano. This pitch is fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, he told us. Okay. You do realize that Ted Williams was still gotten out over half the time. So, you know, you have a better than 50-50 chance of naming any player coming up to the plate and saying he's not going to do something in this at-bat, and you would be right more oftentimes than not because this is baseball, okay? This isn't a free throw percentage, okay? Just 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rodin. And the pitch is hit on the ground first. Little nubber that thankfully didn't hit the bag, or else it would have had a problem. But Mountcastle makes the play himself. A ground out unassisted to first base for the first out here in the bottom of the second, Sugano on 26 pitches. And getting that first out will hopefully help his confidence. He's also facing the bottom part of the order here. Hopefully this is where he can get a nice clean inning. Curveball here is outside for ball 1 to Tyler Heineman. Just 8 games between the Red Sox and Blue Jays last season, hitting a .083. So not a whole lot of experience for this catcher. But he is backing up Alejandro Kirk on this Blue Jay roster. And the count now 1-1 after a foul ball. Next pitch from Sugano. He tries to hit the upper outside corner, but missed. 2-1. Up, the hat is on, and he's going to stay on indefinitely. There's a ground ball to to short. Mateo over to first in time. My goodness, I said second. It was near the second base bag, but still inexcusable. Shortstop, Steve. Come on. Or, BW. Age name. The hat's already working. Yeah, look at Mateo. Miles Straw takes a called strike. Miles Straw's arrival in Toronto is a bit of a interesting story. And swing and a miss quickly makes it 0-2 on him. I'm not going to get the details of this right, but in so many ways, back when every team was trying to court Roki Sasaki, the way it works with pitchers coming from Japan that are not of a certain age, they have to enter the baseball as sort of like a up for grabs free agent for any team that has the ability to sign them. But the catch is that teams are allotted only so much money to spend on international players like Sasaki. So some teams had to make some moves in order to free up the international pool money to have a shot signing Sasaki, and that is basically why Miles Straw is here. The Blue Jays, by acquiring Straw, were able to then shift that international money somehow. That's the part I'm not quite sure of. But either way, Straw hits a ground ball to second. Up with it is Holiday to first. Straw's a very fast runner. Holiday gets it there in time, and the inning is over. So, bottom of the order, no problem for Sugano. We go on now to the third inning. It's 2-1 Toronto. Long story short, the Blue Jays didn't get Sasaki. And honestly, what were they? Didn't they know that he was always going to the Dodgers? Isn't everybody aware at this point that Major League Baseball is absolutely all in on the idea of one mega super team because they feel like it'll generate more revenue for the league than to have a more balanced, competitive league, because that's what's happening right now. That's what's going on. A lot of people are upset with the way Sasaki wound up on the Dodgers. A lot of people think the Dodgers are basically working hand in hand with Major League Baseball to build this highly marketable team. And look, I think there's a case to be made for it. I do. When I saw the opening day schedule, I saw that the prime time 3-hour slot from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern had one game, and it was the Dodgers. Major League Baseball gave them a prime time game on opening day with no other competition. I mean, you tell me that's not favoritism. You tell me that's not favoritism. Everything they do is something to pump up the Dodgers. You go onto the MLB YouTube page or highlight pages. Look at Shohei Ohtani picks his nose. There's a video for it. It's too much for me. Now, if they want to create fans who now just despise the Dodgers for the way that they're getting treated, well, I'm one of your fans because I can't stand the Dodgers. And it's too bad because they got a lot of great players over there. The players themselves, I don't have a problem with. Anyway, here's my rant. Here's Colton Cowser to lead off the top of the third inning. Takes a breaking ball for a called strike. 0-1 pitch is low and away. I mean, with all the deferred money stuff with Ohtani, I mean, I could go on. There's a lot of different ways to look at how. Now, I know other teams can defer money, but Ohtani money? Like that much money? Here's a line drive base hit center field by Cowser, and I'm happy for the milkman. That's just his second hit of the season. That makes him now 2 for 11 to begin the year. With that home run yesterday, his other hit. But yeah, he's been looking a little frustrated out there. Now he's on base, leading off the inning. He is the tying run out there. Let's get a rally going here. Adley Rutschman coming up. So we got some good bats coming up here. Ooh, first pitch strike from Bassitt on the outside edge.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Rutschman grounded out his first time up. The 0-1 is inside. Ball, one strike, a curveball from Bassitt at just 70 miles an hour. The 1-1. That one is hitting the right, high, down into the corner, but it's going to hook foul, well out of play. I mean, it's kind of that uppercut swing for Adley. I mean, the angle of the bat, like he was trying to hit something on the roof. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and down goes Adley. Cutter felt high on the outside corner. The first out here in the top of the third. Still runner at first base, and now it's Ryan O'Hearn's turn. His turn to what?
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
O'Hearn's turn to turn and burn? Know what I mean, Burn? First pitch. And that one's stroked. Base hit, right field, and that ball's going to roll. Cowser's going to easily get to third. O'Hearn is going to get into second. Second and third with one out. It's a double. Splash it up.
Splish, splash, I was taking a bath.
Folks. Oh, a beautiful stroke there by Ryan O'Hearn. Second and third, and only one out, and this is when you have to do the right thing here. Tyler O'Neill at the plate. All we're saying, dude, is hit the ball in the air out of the infield, and we ought to get this run in. First pitch is fouled back. Ground ball could do it too. Second and third. No threat of a double play if you hit it on the ground here. Don't think the infield is in. Can't tell you that for sure, but I don't think they're in. That's a called strike 2. O'Neill behind now 0-2. Come on, Tyler. You got to lock in now. This is a huge moment, man. Tying run 90 feet away with 1 out. Go ahead, run at second. Bassitt is on 50 pitches. The pitch. Just a bit high. O'Neill able to lay off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, buddy.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
Breaking ball swung on and missed. O'Neill is down on strikes. Not a good pitch to go after. That ball started high and outside, ended up low and outside. Well, it started high on the outside corner. But I'm not sure why O'Neill thought that ball was going to stay in the zone. Ed Mullins needs to come up with a big 2-out knock, and he goes to the opposite field. This ball is going to hang up there for the left fielder who makes the catch. The inning is over. The Orioles had second and third, 1 out, down a run. And once again, the inability, spots like this, where I just feel like I grew up during a time of the game where people executed in these moments a lot more frequently than they do in the modern game. So much more emphasis on just hitting the ball hard and trying to get extra base hits. And sometimes you just need to make contact and hit the ball somewhere, and you drive in a run. And you make an out, but you still drive in a run. Especially when it's when it's a score like this. You can turn a deficit into a tie by making an out, then take the out and drive in the run. What am I? Maybe I'm just an old fogey. Go over here first. Got any scores coming in yet? So far, everything's coming up a little bit. One of the first games on. Twins with an early 1-0 lead on the Cardinals. That's going into the bottom of the first. Top of the fourth, Pirates and Marlins tied at 1 apiece. No score going into the bottom of the fourth between the Giants and Reds. Yankees with another lead, 3-1 on the Brewers. How many home runs do they have today? Rays up 2-0 on the Rockies. I think that's all the games that are currently on right now. Oh, and one more. Phillies and Nats scoreless, bottom of the third. One more. Angels 2-0 ahead of the White Sox. One more. Guardians and Royals scoreless. All right. I guess there were a lot of games. All right. We already see a first pitch strike coming to the first batter here, and be over here again. Bassitt at the plate, Sugano, and that ball's hit on the ground a second. So actually, it's the second batter, I guess, that's going to get a first pitch strike. That's how far behind that scoreboard is. How far ahead, I should say. But good news. You retire Bassitt and you do it with 1 pitch. I am very, very happy about that. Sugano throwing mostly splitters and a 4-seam fastball so far today. There's a called strike to Guerrero. The 4-seamer at 94 miles an hour. Guerrero flew out to deep left center his first time up. That pitch started off the plate and went even further off the plate on a cutter. Count even up at a ball and a strike. Low to Guerrero, 2-1. Folks, opening day at Camden Yards tomorrow. Anybody here in the Charm City chat going to be there? Let me know. Foul back by Guerrero, count even up at 2-2. I'm jealous. I'd like to be out there. Cade Povich on the mound. I'm really excited about what Povich is going to do this season. That was my big, if you're going to make a prediction that's a little bit risky or whatever, I'm predicting Cade Povich to lead the team in wins. Gonna pitch his way permanently into this rotation. He's going to make about 25 or more starts, and he's going to lead the team in wins. That's my prediction. Payoff pitch to Guerrero is hit hard into right field for a base hit. That's classic Vlad. He didn't even try to do too much. Hit it on a line to the opposite field. Took it where it was pitched. Gets on base. Raises his average. And raises his eventual gigantic contract that he's going to be getting in about 10 months. Unless, of course, the Blue Jays do figure out a way to lock him up before he leaves. Anthony Santander takes up first pitch inside. Tony's 0 for 1. Hey, Book Doc. You made it. How you doing, buddy? 1-0 pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 2-1 Blue Jays were in the bottom of the third. The Orioles took a 1-0 lead. Blue Jays then flipped the score on us. Now it's 2-1. Toronto in front. This pitch outside. 2-1 on Anthony Santander. Sugano has a facial expression that I can only describe as a grimace. Seems to be his resting. He's got resting grimace face. 3-1 the count. That pitch was inside. Guerrero at first with 1 out. Sugano from the belt. And the 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Tony looking to crush that one. The fastball on the inside edge. Maybe it was just, problem was it was in the zone. Tony likes it better when it's off the plate somewhere. Payoff pitch coming now. And that is in the dirt for ball 4. They're calling that a cutter. It moved more like a splitter. It went straight down. Sugano is laboring. 2 more men on base for him here in the third with only 1 out, and Andres Jimenez is now up with a 1-for-1 day already so far. Double at first, and he scored one of the 2 Blue Jay runs. The first pitch to him, and it's inside. And once again, this is what's bothering me the most. First pitch can't get a strike. Like, I thought that was his MO. The 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2 in the dirt. Goodness. Where is the control? Like, I don't mind if he's hitting a corner and a Blue Jay batter does something with it, but if you're going to just go up there and throw pitches that hitters aren't even worrying about swinging at, that pitch catches the inside edge. 2-1 the count. Get a double play ball. Pitch. On that inside edge once more. He shows glimpses of when he's hitting the spots. It's right on the line. Just needs to be more consistent with it. 2-2. That's a foul ball. A little bit above the zone, but Jimenez wants to protect. Stays alive with a 2-2 count. First and second, one out for the Blue Jays. Guerrero at second, Santander at first. 2-2 to Jimenez. Curveball hit well in the center, but right at Mullins. My goodness. That ball left the bat and was in Mullins' glove in the span of about 1.2 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and guess that ball had an exit velo of at least triple digits. But luckily, it was hit right at Mullins for the second out. And you can see Sugano sort of blowing a hard breath of air as if to say, woof, that could have been ugly. Another home run for the Yanks. Yeah, these torpedo bats, man, we need to take a look at it. I think it was Matt. Matt, were you the one talking about how the torpedo bats have been around before? I'm telling you, they may have been, but my logical thinking is there's no way a major league team like the New York Yankees are just suddenly going to make the entire rosters change to a whole new kind of bat unless they knew they had something extremely advantageous on their hands. So one of two things is going to happen with this bat, folks. Either within the next week to 10 days or something, every other team in all of baseball is going to be using this bat. Here's a line drive caught by Ryan Mountcastle, and he just saved a run, perhaps, as that could have wound up rolling all the way down to the right field corner. And with 2 outs, the runner at first, I think, would have scored on this. Nice leaping grab by Mountcastle in the inning and bailing out Sugano. We heading out to the fourth. It's 2-1 Toronto. So, yeah, one of two things is going to happen. Either the rest of the league says, well, hell, let's change to these bats. It's clearly advantageous. Or the league going to be looking at this, whether or not it's just the Yankees or if everybody else joins in. If we start getting regular score lines of like 13-11 and 14-8 and 12-10, they're going to have to intervene and say, all right, look, I know these bats pass the specifications of the rules, but clearly there's some new technology. You've done something to tweak it where it's just making it look like you're hitting a beach ball out there. You know? So one of those two things is going to happen. It's, congratulations, Yankees. You got yourselves a magical bat using the first week of the season, but either we're going to catch up with you or those bats aren't going to last long. One of the two, right? Whatever. We don't face them for a month. By then, we'll have it. Special lucky time. Who cares about them damn Yankees? I care if they're sitting there using a bat that nobody else is and they're hitting 18 home runs a game. Yeah, I'm caring. I'm caring a little bit about it. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. First pitch is a line drive base hit into left field. The Orioles have another runner on. Leadoff man is on. We got a rally here, folks. Mountie.
Okay, mount up.
Jackson Holiday. Going bunt and misses. Okay. Apparently bunting not Jackson's specialty. Singled and stole a base. First time up. 0-1 the count. Pitch. Ball's hit foul off to the left. Placing out of play, and it's 0-2. Yankees up 5-1 after 3 innings. I don't think it needs a few weeks, Philo. I said a week to 10 days. So half the time you're talking about. And yeah, maybe the Yankees get a few extra games out of that time that they wouldn't have otherwise gotten. But it's a 162 game season. Yeah, I disagree with your take. Again. This ball is swung on a miss by Holiday, and he strikes out. Holiday down on strikes. 1 down in the top of the 4th. I feel like I got to do something, get on Chilo's good side again. It's just been too much friction with me and Chilo lately. I don't know what it is. Orioles are looking to deal Mountcastle. I mean, Mountcastle has always been sort of on the block because of the natural replacement, Kobe Mayo, sort of waiting in the wings. Mayo, by the way, playing first base today for the Norfolk Tides. Batting second behind Gunnar Henderson and in front of Dylan Carlson. That's right. I was sitting there waiting for the Oriole lineup. I got the Norfolk lineup first. Ramon Arias is at the plate.
I have a brother.
0 for 1 today. Mountcastle at first, 1 down. A 1-0 pitch to Arias from Bassitt is swung on and a base hit right up the middle. Mountie will stop at second. First and second with 1 away. That will flip the lineup over? Oh, no, we got Mateo in the lineup today. I forgot. Yeah, something's got to be wrong with Westburg. And I'm telling you right now, here's a spot where if Mateo can't do something productive, when Westburg in this lineup and Mateo out, I mean, it just increases every spot in the order a little bit. Instead of Mateo batting 9th, it would have been Holiday. Instead of Holiday batting 8th, it would have been Mullins or something. You know what I mean. Mateo fouls it back. Let's hope he can do something. It's 0-1. He's playing because Westburg's not in the lineup. But we don't know why Westburg's not in the lineup. But I'm going with the theory that he might be under the weather or nursing a very minor injury that's only going to keep him out for this game. 1-1 the count on Mateo right now. It's not just the Orioles, though. Here's a double play ball, and Mateo just killed that rally. Ouch.
Big buck, stop it all.
The Orioles, through 4 innings, have 7 hits, but just 1 run. That is not good. That is very, very frustrating. We've outpaced, I mean, as bad as, I say bad, I mean, as shaky, I think is a little more fair to say, as Sugano has looked. He's given up 4 hits. Bassitt's given up 7. Although, to be fair, Blue Jays still have the bottom half of this inning to play. But it's not like, it's this is not a one-sided affair by any means. Rob, when was I not calling them torpedo bats? I love it when people are announcing to me something that I'm already talking about, both in the Discord and on the air. There's a Twins player using one. Okay. Yeah, it's both written up in the Discord at length, Rob, and talked about now for probably 15 minutes since the stream started. Appreciate it. Mateo can't be sent down, Dan. He's out of options. Mateo's in a situation where if we don't want him on the roster, then it's designated for assignment. Unfortunately for him, it's between him and Heston Kjerstad, I think. I mean, I don't know who else could possibly be the casualty here. And the reason why Kjerstad would be the other choice is that at least you're optioning him back AAA. You're not losing him like you would be with a Mateo. Will Wagner takes a called strike here. Begin the bottom of the fourth. Sugano's next pitch is hit on the ground, third. Arias, who's playing in already, fielded that ball not too far from the pitching mound. Short throw to first. The first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Sugano's on 60 pitches. The pitch counts okay. Helpful to get that first out quickly here. Alan Roden is up now. 0 for 1. He looks at a fastball in there for a strike right down the chute. All right, Michael, and I told you what would happen if you did that again. Did you forget? Michael? Pretty simple, man. Like, I didn't pull a fast one on you. Let you know the deal, and you had to do it anyway. And that really speaks volumes about the entire thing. Like, why do you already said it? Like, are you proud of it? Does it make you feel better when somebody on your team fails for you? And that you called that? Like, does it make you feel better? I get you saying get this guy off the team or whatever, but to just straight out call him trash and then repeatedly do it over and over again as if you want to get a cookie for being right. It's not happening in my chat, dude. Okay? Sorry. And if I'm missing anybody else do the same, hopefully the mods are taking care of that sort. Mateo with an off-balance throw and Mountcastle unable to dig it out. I don't think that'll be an error. That was an above-average play. Have to pull off, throwing against his body, the hole there. For that. Goes down as a hit. So Roden at first with one down. Heineman at the plate. My game just froze. I need a lucky inning. It's that social media disease. I'm telling you. There was somehow a way to have internet and me to be able to do a YouTube show like this, but smartphone didn't exist and Twitter didn't exist and all that crap didn't exist. The feeling that the attitude like that wouldn't be so prevalent in modern society, but it is. There's so many of you out there. You just love to wade in pessimism. You love to soak in it. I don't understand why. And then you want other people to join in with you. Please join in with me. And just shitting on everything possible. Sorry, I don't want to be a part of that, dude. 1-2 the count on Heineman. Game froze again. Here's a pitch. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm a tolerant guy. There's just certain attitudes that it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go take it to the spaces where you know it's accepted. Go to Truth Social, okay? Go to Twitter. Go to those places. Go to Reddit. Go to 4chan. They'll love you. This is my chat, all right? It's the Charm City chat. We're charming. Not a bunch of douchebags. This pitch is popped up and caught for out number 2 on the infield. Sugano's on 70 pitches here in the 4th. Yeah, that's right. Your boy's getting a little bit ornery. Maybe you should light this Lucky back up. Hey there, Matrix. How are you? Hey, Matrix. Good to see you, man. I'm feeling great. You just caught me in the middle of a euphoric moment. Here's Miles Straw, 0-1 the count. 2 down, runner at first. That is a pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. I admit it. It gets my blood boiling. All right? You see it. You see how I react. That's the first big blow up of this season. I asked him kindly, don't do that. And he goes and he does it again. So what is that? Like, if this was a party I'm hosting, which basically it is, ground ball to second, over to first in time, and the inning is over. After 4 innings, the Blue Jays lead it 2-1. So let's say I'm hosting a party, right? And I'm like, everybody's invited. Come on over. You'll have a great time. That doesn't mean that, like, as a random person, you come into my house and, you know, maybe track mud on your shoes through. Maybe you pick up some fragile items on the mantle and you just chuck them to the ground and start, I don't know, maybe take a leak on the carpet. No. You act like a civil person, okay? You're in my home. All right? Now, if you want to go where people do just urinate in the streets, go to Twitter. I'll be right back. Boy needs to cool off for a sec. Please. I mean...
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
I'm here. And I'm going to try and shut up now because I understand that whenever things like this happen, the threshold that I can't cross, where it's like, all right, BW, we get it, but now we want to enjoy a ball game. Try to do that for you. Starting now with Colton Cowser up there to lead off the top of the 5th. First pitch is ball 1. Next offering is a strike, knee high on the inside part of the plate to the milkman. Yeah, Charm City chat, Douglas. That is the maybe I'm the one that made the mood bad by reacting the way I did, but I'm trying to set a tone. It's early in the season, and there's certain things that I'm not going to tolerate. And if I ask once nicely to say you can't do that, and then you do it again, you're basically, you might as well just come up and slap me in the face. So yeah. I got to lay the hammer down. Sorry. 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. Still 1-2 on Cowser. Top of the fifth, 2-1 Blue Jays. Chris Bassitt on 60. The 1-2. That one's hit hard. Stopped beautifully by Jimenez, though, at second base, and he pops up and throws out Cowser. That is why Jimenez has a Gold Glove to his credit, at least one. He scooped that ball up. That gets by most second basemen. That ball was hit very, very hard. Nice pick. Adley Rutschman.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure you do see it everywhere, Douglas. That's why I'm trying to be an alternative place for that sort of attitude. There's plenty of places for perpetually negative Oriole fans to go and hang out with others and moan about the team all game if they want. They have that option. Here's a called strike. And I hope that just shows that I have a little bit of credibility in the fact that I'm willing to basically lose potential subscribers and viewers because I'm not going to tolerate that. Rutschman hits this one into shallow center, and that will drop in for a base hit. The Orioles have had runners on every inning. That is now 8 hits. We've got 1 run. We've got 8 hits. We've got to get a run in and at least tie this damn ball game up. Let's go. Ryan O'Hearn at the plate.
Fight's on. Let's turn and burn.
Takes high for ball 1. All right, I'm predicting it. The hat is starting to squeeze around my temple a little bit harder. I can feel the energy of the hat right now. 1-0 pitch. Foul back, and speaking of hat, O'Hearn's fell off after that swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thank you, Harvey. And when I talk about positive community, let me just make something clear. Swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm not trying to castrate everybody's opinion, okay? You can have a negative opinion about things, but you're not going to call players trash when they've done nothing to deserve an insult like that, okay? I gave an example before. If you want to call an Oriole trash in recent history, Eloy Jimenez was trash. Okay? You know why? He didn't hustle. And to me, that's trash because you're not a team player. Get off the team. Mateo isn't a player like that. Okay? That's the difference. If a guy isn't putting up the numbers, that's not trash. Okay? You could say, hey, it's time to move on from Mateo. Put it that way. Don't be a dick. All right? That makes sense? Full count on Ryan O'Hearn. Your boy speaks wisdom. Payoff pitch. Top foul and not a play. We'll do it again. And the other thing that I know that makes it social media disease is that why is it when you go to a live ball game and you're sitting in the stands surrounded by hundreds of other fans within earshot of their conversations, why you don't hear people talk like that in that environment? That's ball 4, folks. We got to walk.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Ryan O'Hearn is on at first, and now we have first and second with 1 out for Tyler O'Neill. All right, I promise. The whole thing about all of that is now done for the day, unless a whole new thing starts, but I'm done, all right? Again, I said 10 minutes ago it's time to move on, and I can't shut up. This Lucky's helping me calm down. What just happened? All right. Fred, go out. Tyler O'Neill, 1 for 2 with a base hit and a strikeout. First and second, 1 away. We need to get a hit in this spot. That's a ground ball to third, avoiding a tag, and then throwing to first for the only out. Rutschman had to get out of the way of that third base tag. Did. O'Neill grounds out. It's the second out of the inning, but it does move 2 runners up. Second and third. A base hit would give us the lead here, in all likelihood. 1 out of the infield. Sed Mullins is coming up. Come on, Sed. We need a clutch hit, man.
Well said, now you know what to do.
We haven't had a clutch hit today. We need it right now. Pitch. High. Very, very high from Bassitt for ball 1. The 1-0 is hit down the right field corner, foul, pretty far. Down even up at a ball on the strike. Bassitt up to 81 pitches now in the 5th. This could come down to a bullpen game, a 1-run ball game here. 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position so far for the Orioles today. This is the story. Blue Jays 1 for 3. Third baseman is playing in a little bit. Here is a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Sed. Come on, buddy. Come on. They changed the start time? Let me know what the deal is, Matrix. Please, if you don't mind. Bassitt steps off the rubber. I have it as 3:07 first pitch, something like that. I have the stream starting at 2:50 tomorrow. They moved the time up. They moved the time up? That's very, very odd to do that with short notice. I can understand on short notice delaying it like a half an hour. But what are you supposed to do if, like, you'd made plans the day? Like, hey, we're going opening day, but we're going to go over here and have brunch, and then now suddenly everybody's got to... They're trying to do it because there's weather coming later. Is that the deal? 2-2 the count on Mullins. Okay, they think weather's coming in. Okay, I get you. I hope that extra half hour helps out. I got to adjust myself now. This pitch is upstairs. We got a full count, folks. Big pitch coming up. What am I looking at here? We just go over here. I don't even know. They're showing a Blue Jay batter. I hope Sed does something. Pitch, swung on and fouled away. We'll do it again. As strange as it is, a 2-1 ball game in the fifth, kind of a pitcher's duel, but it doesn't really feel like it considering how many hits we've gotten. Not so much a pitching duel as it is a hitter's drought, or a clutch drought. Looks like the Blue Jays are going to get somebody loose in the pen. Bassitt nearing 90 pitches here. Still a full count to Mullins, and here comes another payoff pitch. Cross your fingers, folks. Hit on the ground and foul. First base side. We'll do it again. With every pitch, when Bassitt is nearing the end of the line, the odds are in the favor of the batter. 8 pitches into this sequence already. Come on, said. Oh, big spot, man. Base hit and we take the lead, buddy. Here comes another 3-2. And he checks his swing, but he went around. That was ball 4. The inning is over, and the Orioles strand 2. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Ouch. That felt like stepping on a Lego at 2 in the morning when you're trying to go take a leak in the dark. You know? Ugh. That really hurt. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The hell are we? I don't know, folks, but I'm hurting, man. Is Sugano doing as I expected? Actually, Edward, no. I mean, he hasn't, thankfully, been like a Morton-type start yet, but what I was expecting was first pitch strikes, not walking batters, staying ahead of hitters, inducing weak contact. We've seen some of it, but, mostly the command been not quite what I thought it would be, but could be chalked up to nerves. First major league start. Sure, this means a whole lot to Sugano. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think Bassitt's done. They got somebody getting loose. They picked up the phone before that Mullins at bat was over. So, yeah, I'm going to assume Bassitt's done. So, yeah, 5 innings from the starter. You only get the 1 run, but at least got into the Blue Jay bullpen yesterday pretty well. We can do it again. And again, that bullpen got taxed yesterday having to pitch 6 innings. So we've got some things in our favor that could come into play in the second half of this game. Sugano has got the trainer and the interpreter out there. What are you telling me? We got another pitcher with a problem? Are you kidding me? Hold on, Chilo. Give me a chance. You say off. I'm staring at him, still talking to everybody. I'm sure that he's going to be taken off, but damn. Now Sugano walks off. That's where I'm at, Chilo. Is there any way for you to sync up your game with me? Does anybody ever take my advice by pausing their game and then, just having it synced up rather than be ahead? It's an option. I would recommend it highly. So the Orioles have another pitcher with a problem. Oh, Sugano's going to still throw some pitches? He might stay in? What is this? Or is this showing us a replay of when he felt something? Okay, that must be a replay of when he felt something. I could not see in that last throw what it was that he might have tweaked. Yep, no Suarez, but he pitched 2 2/3 a couple of days ago. Probably could only give us 1 inning today. Was available. Oh, commercial break. That's something, man. Yeah, I think a blister or a hand cramp, something like that. Yeah. I think those are two pretty good guesses there, Bill. Nothing where it's like arm. It looked like everything was hand related. So I think Sugano's not going to have anything too serious, but it's just, our pitching. I mean, how many more casualties, folks? By the way, I haven't even talked about it yet on stream today, but it happened in the middle of yesterday's ball game. We do have another pitcher in the pipeline now with a little bit of major league experience. Cody Poteet, right-handed pitcher. Only pitched in parts of 3 seasons, but in his career, 82 innings, and he has a ERA plus of 110, which is to say that he's better than your league average pitcher by 10%. So to be able to pick up an arm like that, an arm that's better than average, for some cash considerations, which is to me basically means for free. Nice ad. Maybe he doesn't do anything good for us, but not like we had to trade Stowers and Norby to get him. Matt Bowman just joined the team after the Suarez DL move. And Bowman pitched with 4 different teams last season, including us. Talk about bouncing around. Because of the Sugano injury removal, Bowman will be given as many warm-up pitches as necessary. Another good point there, Bill. Another good point. It's just weird because you would think Sugano would have that feeling in spring training. I mean, obviously you ramp up. You're not going to throw 100% on February 16th, but in his final couple of starts, the whole point is to kind of simulate what you're going to do just to make sure you can do it. And especially, like you're saying, using a slightly different size ball, and you're trying to throw it as hard as you can, maybe you should go ahead and give that a test run before the season starts. Bo Bichette pops up a foul ball into the stands right-hand side. Count is 0-2. Ball bag, says Rod. Yeah, I got one. So what of it? This pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. How ready is Poteet? I mean, he should be ready. He was with the Cubs. He was brought over from the Yankees in the Cody Bellinger trade. Here's a ground ball to short, and Mateo makes the play for the first out here, retiring Bichette. A good start for Bowman, getting tough out here. A pitch jammed Bichette. Here comes Guerrero now. Who was the young pitcher we sent? Are you talking about? I mean, Poteet's not really young. He's like 29, I think. Guerrero with another hard-hit ball, but Tyler O'Neill goes down to a knee and makes the catch in right field. Tell you what, this game could be, it's bad because we've had so many hits without cashing in runs, but at the same time, Blue Jays could have a lot more runs on that they've hit a lot of balls hard, but they've been right at guys. Been pretty lucky in that regard. Same time, I'm pretty sour about our inability to drive runs in today. So far, got time. Thumb inflammation for Sugano. So that's the exact same issue that Scherzer got yesterday. Did they already announce that? You're talking about Sugano, right, Bill? 0-2 the count on Santander. Thanks for that input. Would you mind giving us a source on that, just so we know where it's coming from? Up and in on Santander, a ball and 2 strikes. I mean, the guy that could be coming up in a little while is Kyle Gibson. But I think he needs maybe about 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 starts in AAA. That pitch is up and in, and it hits Santander. Well, for the first time, we hit our old friend. I hope he doesn't take it personally. Wait a minute. It didn't hit him? Okay. Never mind. It just sent him down in a heap. All right, so don't worry about it. Almost, David. I mean, if you watched the replay, you would have sworn he got plunked. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Santander strikes out. How about that?
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right, folks, we need something positive to talk about, and as Baxter points out in the Charm City chat right now, Matt Bowman just added to the team to take Albert Suarez's place. What does he do? First appearance? I mean, yesterday he's thinking he's in Norfolk, right? What's he do? He gets out Bassitt, he gets out Guerrero, he gets out Santander. 1, 2, 3. That's something not many pitchers have been able to do so far in this series. So, tip of the hat to Matt Bowman with that inning. Oh, Ben McDonald. Okay. Appreciate it. Oh, boy. Oh, is Michael still complaining about how things work around here? And even though I explained that I'm not trying to castrate you, that I just set the rules, that you're in my home, and if you can't follow them, then go somewhere else where your behavior is accepted. That's how it is. Don't act like this is a First Amendment thing, okay? Don't be one of those morons. I can say whatever I want, wherever I want. And you can't. No. It doesn't work that way, dude. Okay? I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it, man. Boom, 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 boom. Wow.
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Well, I say when you gotta go, you gotta go. How about this? Peace, love, dope. Now get the hell out of here.
And the thing is, I would have had interactions with this person before now, right? And certainly we would have come to blows before this. It's always new people who come in and act like, hey, I can say whatever I want here, right? No, you got to read the room. And I gave you the opportunity, and you blew it. So piss off. Ryan Mountcastle goes down, 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Yeah, your boy's feeling pretty ornery. Hey, by the way, jerk off, I was like a stone's throw away from an earthquake that brought down a 30-story building and has got about 75 million people freaked the fuck out. So excuse me if I'm just not in the mood to tolerate your nonsense, okay? Enjoy finding another channel. 1-0 pitch to Jackson Holliday's in there, 1-1 the count. And apologies to the rest of the chat for my behavior today. I know it's not good. This early in the season, it's unacceptable. I should have just dealt with it quicker and with less words, but not perfect either. 2-1 the count on Jackson Holliday. Next pitch. On the inside edge. Tough pitch. 2-2. Next offering from Bassitt is a curveball and waved at by Holliday, strike 3. Catcher had to apply a tag to complete the out. Second out of the inning, Bassitt trying to get through 95 pitches here in his first start. Have to admit, I didn't think he'd come out here for this inning. Yes, Grumpy Moose. That's how it works. Are you allowed to, do this in a restaurant or a movie theater or a book reading somewhere? I mean, everyone just thinks, oh, it's the internet. Let me just whip my balls out and be as much of an obnoxious jerk as humanly possible because I'm allowed to. How about you have the wherewithal to go, even though if I were allowed to be a jerk off, I don't necessarily have to do it just because I can. I could just be a regular dude. Chill. Just a thought. 2-1 on Ramon Arias.
I have a brother.
Next pitch from Bassitt will be number 99 on the day. We're only a run down here. Curveball. Damn it. That looked a bit low. Count is 2-2. And it was low. Damn it. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. That one sweeps off the plate outside. Full count. Let's get a bugle going here for Ramon. Come on, Ramon. Pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Take your base.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
I think that's the end of the line for Bassitt. He's over 100 pitches. I think the manager did everything he could to get him to qualify for a quality start. Manager hasn't moved yet. Mateo is due up. Maybe they think his weak bat is weak enough to risk Bassitt for one more batter. He's over 100 pitches. First start of the season. I have to admit I'm surprised. It might work out as Mateo hits a ball, thankfully dropping foul and out of reach. I thought that ball might have been reachable, but it's just a 0-1 count. Jorge, you've been the subject of a lot of friction in the Charm City chat today, my friend. If only you knew. Oh, boy. The 0-1. Curveball waved at for strike 2. Why is Jordan Westberg not in this ball game? Are we sure there's no reports out there about that? We're losing. It's getting late. Hottest bat in the team is on the bench for reasons unknown. The 0-2 to Mateo popped up behind the plate and just out of reach. 2 rows back. I say just out of reach. There's a screen. Oh, just 1 row back is out of reach as 10 rows back. That is a very loud motorbike going by. ABW just got and had a game to umpire today. Don't know what is going on, but I'm sure you took care of it. Well, yeah, I probably could have done better. 0-2 on Mateo. Pitch from Bassitt is off the plate, 1-2. Sweeper at just 73 miles an hour. I can't believe. I'm willing to bet you right now nobody has thrown more pitches in their first start this season than the guy pitching right now. The 1-2. Hit in the air by Mateo to right center field. And is that Springer in there and right? Making the catch to win the inning. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Bassitt. Boy, something out of the old days. Pitching well into the hundreds in his first start of the season. Makes it 6 innings, 1-run ball. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's 2-1 Toronto. By 2 on the Brewers in the bottom of the 6th. Got some other scores perhaps flashing by on the screen. You can take a look as they break. Time to reach for some crackers. I'm just not really into that whole toxic social media scene. What can I tell you, folks? Part of the reason why I love living out here, to be honest. I know it's all on your phone or whatever. Trust me, it spreads into your personality, too. It's out here. Oh, trust me, they get on their phones out here. For some reason, nobody's talking to me about Thai conspiracy theories every weird going on back there in home country. Yes, David, they just got him in. Just in time last fall. Here's a bunt attempt and picked up quickly by Matt Bowman, who's out here for his 2nd inning of work, and he gets that first out on 1 pitch. 4 batters, 4 outs for Matt Bowman. Andres Jimenez trying to sneak a bunt past the pitcher, but Bowman quickly reacted. Well done. You're just staring at a screen of a batter that is not up. Guess we're over here. I don't know what's going on with the... I might have to use a completely different... Maybe I should... What am I using? ESPN for that? Maybe I should use the Yahoo. That's probably what I should do. Pick a new scoreboard if it works better. George Springer at the plate with an 0-1 count. Next pitch is low and away and rolls to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yep, we're working on getting microwave ovens out here pretty soon, too. Very excited about it. This pitch is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. I got to hurry up and eat this second cracker. Two one is up and in, 3-1. Oh, that's a strike? Wow, the batter is like doing the Matrix trying to get out of the way of that pitch. Up and in, but it caught the top corner there. 2-2. Ball's hit on the ground, second base. Holiday to his left. Gets it, throws to first in time. 2 down. And I tell you what, I mean, we have to come back and win this game because I said this the 3rd inning. The way things were going, that if we're losing this game, we didn't cash in runs. I mean, game ends 2-1. This is a very unfortunate loss for us. We gotta respond, man. Will Wagner takes a cutter at the top of the zone on the outside corner for a called strike. Nicely placed there by Bowman. Looks really, really sharp. 5 batters retired so far in a row. We're talking 1 through 5 in the lineup. Now on the number 6 batter, Wagner. Mike is choppy. Hello, hello, check, check, check. Oh. This ball is hit backhanded at shortstop by Mateo, and another ball that bounces in toward Mountcastle. And this one might go down as an error. This one I feel like Mateo might have had time to plant his foot and get off a better throw than the one he did. See how they score it. I mean, I don't know. What are they calling it? That's it for Bowman. We're going to the bullpen. Lefty Roden is due up next, so the lefty, Perez is going to come out of the bullpen to take over. Where is it? Nope, they call that a single. Okay, well, the Orioles still haven't had an error yet then. All right, well, while this bullpen change is going on, I'm going to try to make a change myself, a change to a completely different information screen. Go with this one. It's the old school Yahoo screen. Might work out. I don't know how far ahead it's going to be, but at least give it a try. A little something like that. Maybe I can make it a little bit bigger. All right. Have we had 1 sub today? You know what? I probably don't deserve it, so I'm not complaining. You know what I would like, though, is just to once more remind folks that you can visit projecthope.org to find out how you can help out with the relief effort for those affected by the massive earthquake that went down out here in Southeast Asia. A lot of people need help, particularly those in Myanmar, where the epicenter of the quake took place. And you can help out. ProjectHelp.org has been around since the 1950s. Reputable organization. They've been helping out people in situations like this for a lot longer than I've been alive. Here is Alan Roden, and he fouls a pitch just out of reach of Ryan Mountcastle, first base side. Oh, did he make the catch? Did he lean over and catch it then? Inning over. Yeah, he's got it. Got it. All right. That'll work. That'll play. We go to the 7th inning, folks. We got 3 innings to go. I know we've got a lot to be disappointed in with how things have gone so far, but it's a 1-run ball game, folks. And yes, you can see right there, we got the top of the order due up. Hauser, Rutschman, and O'Hearn. And not to mention, the Jays now have to go into their bullpen. You know what? Now that I think about it, that's why Bassitt was out there for so long, because of how stretched out the bullpen was yesterday. I had already talked about that. Why couldn't I put 2 and 2 together until now? So, yeah, I'm sure Toronto wanted to try and get Bassitt through 6 and only get 3 innings out of the pen. Bassitt up for the challenge. It is time to get some runs. I don't know. I'm not sure. Do you wanna have fun for a minute and see what it's gonna look like when we're at Oriole Park tomorrow? Although I don't have a day game and a night game background. It is a night game background because most games are played at night. But I'll give you a little sneak peek if you like. What do you think? Uh-oh. Hold on. Gotta bring it out here. How about that? Hello. Welcome to Camden Yards, everybody. Glad to have you here. Opening day / night here in downtown Baltimore. Folks, hey, I know that vendor over there. Hey, give me some peanuts. Hey, you over there. Hey, you 2 girls. What do you think? Will that work? Does that play? Nothing? No reaction? Jeez. Tough room. Yeah, same at you. Looking at you, kid. This still not quite right. All right, 0-2 pitch to Cowser. How did it get there? And, wow, Cowser's out, but he's saying challenge it. It looked very, very close. He slid into first base with his hand first. Okay, so it's supposed to look more like that. Let's see if they challenge. Come on, tie goes to the runner. Let's go. Tie goes to the runner. Don't act like that's not the case. I mean, the hand was ahead of the foot all the way until the last second, and then the foot caught up, but I still think it's a tie. I mean, if you have indisputable evidence of a tie, then it should be overturned because tie goes to the runner. If it's indisputably a tie, then it goes to the runner. I still say it could be overturned if they say that's a tie. The whole point of replay is to get the call right. Right? So we lost it. We lost the replay. It had already been decided. It looks like Cowser just walked back to the dugout. Yep. Oh, well. It was worth the challenge, I feel. Adley Rutschman up with one down.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Takes inside for ball one. Adley batting from the right side first time today as new pitcher Little on the mound. Just now mentioning his involvement in the game. Taking over for the starter Bassitt. Here's a pitch called a strike knee high on the inside corner. Yeah, I did ask earlier, and I guess when I did, I didn't get here's a ground ball to first. Guerrero will pick it up and beat Adley to the bag for the second out. Outs are starting to get down to a handful here. Ramon Arias up, bases empty, 2 away. Oh, excuse me, Ramon Laureano is up to pinch hit. And I've got a Ramon for him.
Ramon just threw a rock at me.
Well, that's assault. But probably alert the local authorities. Oh, by the way, since I put up this scoreboard, I haven't looked. Has this helped at all? Why is it just a big white void? What happened to the balls and strikes? Gunner ETA should be Wednesday. Second game of the Red Sox series. My goodness, Laureano just swung at a pitch that bounced in there. Strike one. Yariel Rodriguez is getting loose, right-hander for the Blue Jays. Laureano getting a rare moment in this series. 4 righty starters, so no starts for him. He'll probably be in the lineup against Garrett Crochet. That second game against the Red Sox. Here's a ground ball toward third, but foul. So, yeah, as you see, the career OPS for the 3 acquired right-handed batters we brought in against lefty pitching. 923 for O'Neill, 802 for Laureano, 787 for Sanchez. That is very, very good. That's some good weapons. A line drive by Laureano right back to the pitcher Little, who makes the catch. Man, oh man. It is the 7th inning stretch here. Well, Chilo, sorry. What, are you trying to beat me to the punch? We have a tradition. And by gum, we're going to stick with it. It is a 7th inning stretch time, and folks, this time tomorrow, we're going to be doing it the right way, at home. Not this time tomorrow. Well, a couple hours after this time tomorrow, we'll be doing it at home. What we do is, I don't see anybody else doing it yet. Nobody seems in a hurry to do what we all know what we need to do. It's a 1-run ball game here, folks. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm in the mood to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up, folks.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Hey, folks, I don't think I brought up the like count yet tonight. Today, all day. And when I don't bring it up, the numbers don't reach their intended targets. Folks, there's 85 of you here right now. I know most of you here have hit the like button already, but not all, because the likes are less than the people. So do me a favor, if you don't mind, during this commercial break, and take just a second or two and just tap that thumbs up there at the bottom of your screen. Help out the channel. Helps more people find the channel because it tells YouTube, hey, the channel gets a lot of support. Maybe more people need to watch it. Maybe not that one guy from earlier today, but somebody else. Here's Heineman at the plate, and Perez on the mound. First pitch is ball one. We are underway in the bottom of the seventh here. 2-1 Blue Jays. Final game of a 4-game series. And Heineman just got into one to left. That ball is gone over the bullpen. Heineman? Didn't I tell you about his stats? He has got 5 at-bats. Done nothing. No wonder he's so excited. Might be his first major league home run for all I know. Heineman very happy. 3-1 Blue Jays now. Oh, boy. Miles Straw. He hits one the second. Holiday throws across his body in time. 1 down. Man, that slider just begging to be crushed. I mean, Perez could not have placed that any better. It broke right over the middle of the plate. Here comes Drew French to have a chat. So how is, again, can I get a little feedback on the current scoreboard up there? Is it helpful? Is it too fast? Is it better than the other one? Does it matter to you? Would you rather just stare at my ugly mug a little larger? Or what the hell's going on with this? Tell me. Tell me, folks. I mean, the scoreboard, I like the scoreboard when it's up, but again, I mean, the main issue is getting spoiled too much. Bichette's coming up to hit now. Who does it say on the screen now? Okay, so it's still saying Miles Straw in play. All right, so it looks like, well, folks, we might have found our solution going forward. The Yahoo... Okay, all right, it might be 1 pitch ahead because I've got a 1-0 count on Bichette right now. And scoreboard just cut away to a 2-pitch count. That's a foul ball, and now it's 1-1. So, okay, we'll work with this. It's as good as we're going to get. I don't understand why to make that assumption yet, Chilo. Why not just say... You know, if that is the result, well, we're only able to take a split. I don't know. Like, give us a chance. Brandon Hyde. Gonna make a move. Perez faces 3 batters, gives up a home run, another base runner. Not a very good outing for him. Brian Baker is the next one up for the Orioles. Call to the bullpen. Three to 1 Blue Jays, bottom of the 7th. And your boy. Really looking forward to the home opener tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to Cade Povich. Maybe you feel like me, and of all of our starters, he's the one you think might really be able to shut another team down. I think he can do it. Hey, David, you're still here, right? you remember that first call up of Povich? Do you remember just how difficult it was to watch? How difficult it was to watch him just leave every curveball hanging up and away. He was just so. I mean, I was like, I don't know if this dude's got it for the bigs. And what a turnaround for Povich. I mean, turnaround in my perception of him, I guess I should. I think he could be a really valuable left-handed starter for us. Something we were lacking to begin with. And we are facing Boston's number 5, Newcomb. So hopefully the bats will be going at it off their number 5, and Povich. We're going to need that game too, because Crochet is going to start for second game. Game 3, we're throwing Charlie Morton back out there. That's a little so we really want to take that opening day game. Vlad Guerrero Jr. in the first batter to face Brian Baker, the ball game. Vlad is 1 for 3. Takes a big cut and a miss on a slider at 90 miles an hour. Baker last season 19 appearances, ERA just a hair over 5. Does average about a strikeout per inning. Next pitch is another slider, but this one drops low under the zone for ball 1. So it looks like I'm 1 pitch behind on the scoreboard, which will suck when there's big plays. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. Here's a foul ball. Guerrero. 1-2 the count. That's right, Duke Nukem. Wasn't Duke Nukem basically, what was that popular old school, like, original, the Doom? That old school PC game where you would just run around some stupid maze, blowing up monsters and whatnot? Yeah, Doom. And then Quake. 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2. 2-2 on Guerrero. Boy, those would not be 2 names for games that would go over here very well right now. Doom and Quake, after what's happened here the last few. 2-2 pitch is in there, called strike 3. And Guerrero, why are you looking at the ump? That pitch was a strike all day. What are you on the goofballs, dude? You're one of the better hitters in the league. How are you not looking at this pitch as anything but a strike? It was in the zone all the way. Glad. I mean, yesterday he had a legitimate gripe with the previous home plate umpire. He was robbed of a couple of calls, but that was strike all day. Anthony Santander has an 0-1 count, 2 down, runner at first. I hope we see Westy as a pinch hitter. It lets me know that he is just getting a day off. But why would you sit a guy? We're trying to take 3 out of 4 against a division opponent to open the season. You can't tell me Westberg needs rest after 3 games. We had 2 full days off before these 3 games. And even if you had to get him in there as a DH, just to say, we'll give you some rest from the field, you don't take his bat out of the lineup. So, yeah, I almost want to say he's not available, or at least want to think he's not available, because then at least I know that Brandon Hyde didn't sit him for no stupid reason. He's in the dugout with his batting helmet on. Why isn't he? Why? Why? Okay. All right. I'll give it one more possibility. Still in line with my theory. He had an injury bug or some other little something that was bugging him. It has been a couple of hours now. It was close enough where maybe they thought about it, and that's why the lineup came out late. Maybe they're like, you're just diarrhea. There you go. Cha-cha-cha. Perfect example of the kind of situation where Westberg wasn't available to start, but thank you, David. Thank you so much. That is the word of the day, folks. Diarrhea. Payoff pitch to Santander is fouled away. Yeah, he had I'm better now illness. The problem is we weren't better without him. Another Yankee home run and 12 runs on the board. I'm telling you right now, it's not just the fact, like I was saying, foul ball by Santander, full count, 2 down. I'm just saying, the Yankees spent money, like, in research on this during the offseason. I read something about this. Like, they had, like, a team of, like, scientists. Like, what these particular bats that they're using, like, it may be a torpedo bat, but there's something a little tweaked to it that still falls within the guidelines of a accepted bat. But, man, there's something going on there. I'm telling you, look, Yankees, congrats to you for however long you're going to be able to use it, but I honestly don't want to see baseball turn into a bunch of 14 to 12 scores. That is a called strike 3 as Baker hits the outside corner and nails Santander.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Brian Baker looks good. This is just like last season. Do I need to explain this again? For whatever reason, when it comes to pitching, and especially in the bullpen, it's like they stack the depth chart not in order of who gets outs more often than others, which to me is the only formula you need to figure this thing out. No, they look at it as who's got the best stuff, who's got the most movement on this pitch, who's got the highest velocity, and then they just go down from there. That's why a guy like Keegan Aiken was always on the fringe last season, even though you look at what he did, and all he did was just consistently get batters out. But no, they're like, oh, Dominguez and Soto. Oh, that got a lot of stuff. I'm starting to get sick of stuff, all right? Just get guys out any way you can. Did Jamie Moyer have stuff? No. You know what I'm saying? Ozzo says this is our inning. All right, if you think so, let's get us pumped up. All it takes is one base runner, and you know how we can tie it up. You know how dependent we are. Let's just get a base runner. Take it from there. Tyler O'Neill, Ced Mullins, Ryan Mountcastle, due up. 6 more outs to play with. Down by 2. Yariel Rodriguez is on in relief. Last year, a record of 1-8. 4.47 ERA. And he pitched earlier in this series, and I want to say it was in that one huge inning where we scored a bunch of runs off of him. First pitch is a bit high for ball one. Let's hope Rodriguez throws a lot of pitches off the plate and the Orioles are ready for it and get a walk or two. 1-0 pitch. Look at that. Again, he's nibbling just a bit off the plate outside at the top of the zone. The count 2-0 and O'Neill. One is inside. 3-0. 3-0. Folks, what am I telling you? Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? That pitch is a get me over strike. 3-1. Okay. You know what? Oh, wait. Did it show the result already? I don't know if it did, but we're going over here. I don't want a spoiler. 3-1 pitch. That ball's hit into the air. Center field, but right at Straw, who makes the catch. O'Neill flies out to straightaway center. One down in the top of the eighth. 5 outs left for Baltimore. Fudge. Said Mullins.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Pitch. Top of the zone. Tough pitch. Called a strike. Last year against relief pitching, the Orioles had more home runs and a higher OPS than any other team in baseball. Pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just another little something that lets you know that as much flack fans can give this team, I remember a lot of seasons we wouldn't be leading in any categories. Here is a ball that's going to drop in for a hit. Mullins is on with a bloop single to center. And with his speed, I know he's not the tying run. But again, I don't know how good this backup catcher is at throwing runners out, but I can't imagine he's as good as Alejandro Kirk. I'd like to test Brian Mountcastle at the plate. 1 for 3. Mullins stays put. Mountcastle fouls it back.
Okay, mount up.
Mike Fluharty. I guessed Mike. It's an M. But I have to be honest, I'm not sure. But a lefty Fluharty getting loose. Here's a called strike. Ooh, wow, that was a big hit. Let me put this out. Big hit there. Oh, Castle strikes out. All right. So, yeah. I'm a lot more relaxed now. That's for sure. Here's Jackson Holiday. 2 down, runner at first. Pitch. Thank you. That looked like a strike, but it's called a ball. On the outside edge. I'd say I'm fully baked right now. Ramon Arias on deck. Come on, Jackson. 1-0 pitch. Going on and fouled away. Four of Holiday's 6 home runs have come against Toronto. How about that? I did not know that. This is weird, wild stuff. Pitch. Way high. 2 balls and a strike. Mullins at first. Holiday at the plate. So speed and more speed. Do something with it. 2-1 pitch. There goes Mullins. A swing and a miss by Holiday. Mullins, he just deke? Must have. They cut the camera from the side view where you could see Mullins, and he was out of frame heading towards second, but it must have just been a step because still at first base. Now he's going for sure. A swing and a miss, and it doesn't matter. Holiday strikes out to end the inning. Womp womp. The Orioles have left 9 men on base. They've got 9 hits and just the 1 run. This is one of those games where it gives you an ulcer. One of those what could have been games. What could have been. By the way, because of the fact that we're going to maybe, at worst, split a road series against a division opponent, which, by the way, last time I checked, even if you're a good team, is not a bad outcome. Tell me I'm wrong. That's the word on the street last I checked. You split a 4-game series against a division opponent on the road, you're doing okay, right? So let's say that that is the case. I think we're going to be okay. I'm wrong, but you agree that I'm... So that means you're wrong too? Well, then what's the right answer? That's the very least of what you want on the... What do you mean that's the very... What? The 4-game series. Look, I understand a 3-game series, you want to take 2 out of 3. You don't want to lose 2 out of 3. 4-game series on the road, division opponent, a split ain't bad. Telling you. Vin Scully would tell you the same damn thing. Ben McDonald over here would tell you the same damn thing. I bet you Ben McDonald's going to say it at the end of the game. How about that? Andres Jimenez is at the plate. 0-1 the count. Brian Baker out there for his second inning of work. This pitch is fouled off to the right toward the dugout or the camera well, somewhere over there. 0-2. You know I'm feeling ornery today. And by the way, the hat. Maybe something in the hat put something in me, like some of that Incredible Hulk juice. Went all Bruce Banner today. I don't know what the hell went wrong with me. 0-2 on Jimenez. In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. You asking me, Bill? Conceding what? This game? This ball's hitting the center. Mullins is backpedaling a little bit, makes the catch for the first out. Precisely. I feel like I've smoked enough weed in my life where my memory is, my memory, if you took like a MRI of it, and probably looks like a Swiss cheese. This ball by Springer's hit well to left. Looking up is Cowser, and it's going to bounce off the top of the wall, hustling in the second and getting there in time. George Springer with a 1-out double. That ball nearly got out. If we can keep Springer from scoring, I'd say we got out of this pretty lucky. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, that's fair. Here's a called strike to Will Wagner, bottom of the zone. But again, I'm seeing some things in this game that I can say once it's over, no matter win or lose, that was positive. Like Matt Bowman and so far Brian Baker's work out of relief. That's encouraging stuff. We need as many dependable arms, whether starting or relieving, as we can find. Everybody's auditioning. This pitch is fouled away. 1-2 the count. I just wish Westberg was in the lineup. To me, that was the biggest blunder of the whole damn day. I mean, it's a very significant downgrade from a guy that was the hottest bat in the lineup to the guy that looked more unready for baseball than anybody else on the team. Like, and I mean, we're already short on Gunnar Henderson, and now you're going to be like, hey, Jordan, you mind sitting down? That to me is where things went wrong today, more than anything. 1-2 pitch, hit on the ground to first, and it's a foul ball, fielded by Mountcastle, but foul ground. It'll be nice to get out of Canada. Maybe pick up some goods there before the tariffs kick in on the other side of the border. There's a called strike 3, and Brian Baker picks up a strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
That was well placed. Some nice movement on it as well. Alan Roden, 2 down. 1 for 3 today. Look at that pitch. Look at that location. I mean, yeah, it's time. If there's one thing Brandon High needs to do going into the next series, it's to reassess the pecking order of this bullpen. Swing and a miss. Look at Baker go. He's hitting the edges. He's inducing whiffs. Let's get that final strike. Come on, buddy. pitch. Breaking ball in the, or change up in the dirt. That is a 1-2 count. You know, even that pitch, that is by design, because that ball was in the zone before it dropped down. Trying to get a swing on it. 1-2, he steps off. Does Baker. Checks the runner at second back. Hello there, Warren. Here's a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. We're going to the ninth, folks. We need 2 runs to tie. It's 3-1 Blue Jays. We have coming up the top of the ninth. It's 8, 9, and 1 hitters, and if we don't get a pinch hitter in there for Mateo, if it ain't Heston Kjerstad at least, then I'm closing up shop. I don't know about you. Oh, that's right. It'll be Hoffman coming out, right? We did something off Jeff Hoffman already, didn't we? Somebody got to him for something. His other appearance. I just can't remember the exact details. No, he was so good. Well, he definitely gave up something. Maybe not a run, but a hit or a walk or something. Just to say that he wasn't like lights out. It's like somebody got on base while he was pitching. I remember that much. Excuse me. I get a cough button. Yeah, I'm not arguing how good he is overall. I'm talking specifically about what he did in the only other game he pitched in this series, which was to say, for a guy that's the closer, wasn't a clean inning. You know what? I'm done trying to explain anything anymore. I must just be wound up tight. I don't know. It's me, all right? It's me. You know what? I'm gonna create a poll in the chat. Because I'm going to be able to find out in a way that you can do this anonymously. How would you rate my call of the game today? I'll give you a rank. We'll do letter grades. And this way you can answer totally anonymous. And of course, you can also have a lot of fun, and I'll pick the one that would make me the saddest. But the point of the matter is, I want accuracy if at all possible. Of course, polls, how accurate are polls? I don't know. Ramon Arias is up. Hoffman on. First pitch is strike one. Next pitch is strike two. 96 on the inside edge. Come on, Ramon. Just get on base. We need one base runner.
I have a brother.
I love that joke, David. That joke never gets old. Here's a ground ball hit softly and backhanded at second. It's going to be a tough play, and they make it. Damn. Andres Jimenez with that Gold Glove caliber second base play right there. He's pretty damn good. Guerrero pointing right at him right after receiving that ball, saying, "Yep, good." Kerstad is pinch hitting for Mateo. Hey, who called that? It's almost like I know something about what I'm doing. First pitch. And by the way, that puts to rest any notion that Westberg was available in this game. Because even though Kerstad's the left-handed bat, here is a called strike. You'd want, you need at least one more base runner anyway. You'd want to go ahead and use Westberg so that he can take the place defensively, shifting around in the infield. Kerstad would make it a bit of a mess. You're only using him now because we're down to scraps here, and we know Mateo can't be trusted to get on base with the way he's looked. So Kerstad it is. I don't think Westberg's available. He might be sitting there with a helmet on, but that just might be him wishing he could hit. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2 on Silent J. Come on, buddy. Find a way, my friend. Find a way. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Splitter from Hoffman, and that's one of his go-to out pitches. That is a closer kind of a pitch right there. Pretty damn filthy. All right, folks. Let me take it over here before anything goes potentially final. as Gary Sanchez will also pinch hit here for Colton Cowser. Now, what is the idea here? What's the big idea? Why would you bring on a right-handed batter to face a righty when you got the lefty Cowser already ready to go? Anybody got any theories on that one? Because I'm at a loss. 0-1 pitch in the air and off to the right into the corner and foul. More diarrhea? Is it just, did somebody eat bad shrimp? Somebody put a bad shrimp platter in the clubhouse? Everybody got the runs? Well, they're replaying when Cowser did that slide, and they're implying, I would say, with that replay, that his left hand might have been injured. Which really sucks. That really sucks. You got to have that left hand. Oh, my goodness. Let's get the hell out of Canada. I mean, they booed the national anthem on opening day here. Our anthem, that is. Pitch up and in, so let's just get the hell out of here. Get the hell home. 1-2 the count on Sanchez. 2 down, bases empty. Pitch. Foul back, will do it again. Folks, once again, if we go down with a loss, I know it sucks, and if you're not satisfied with a split, I'm willing to accept that, but can we at least agree on one thing? Tomorrow is the home opener. We're playing the Red Sox. We got to come correct. Am I right? 1-2 pitch to Sanchez. And that is up and away, 2-2. That froze. I think I'm even farther behind. Doesn't say final at the top of the screen yet, so that's a good sign. 2-2 pitch. This one's fouled back again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, and the pitch is in the dirt, full count. Come on, Gary. Oh, Hoffman, just throw one out of the zone. Just throw one out of the zone, and we get the tying run up in the form of Adley Rutschman, man. One out of the zone, buddy. Pitch. Swung on and drilled by Sanchez. Is it fair? Where is it? Foul. My goodness, there's that power of his. Come on, man. Get on base. Just get on base. Give us one shot. That was just foul. Doesn't hurt all that much because he needs to just get on base one way or the other. Basically need Rutschman to hit the home run. He needs to be on base. We got a mound meeting. By the way, final, Yankees 12, Brewers 3. As the Yankees are now averaging, 15 runs a game at this point now? Sure. Got nothing to do with the bats. Payoff pitch. He swung at ball 4. And game is over. Well, folks, that'll wrap up the first series for the Orioles in the 2025 season. What did we come away with? A split. 2 up, 2 down in Toronto. And again, my personal point of view, I really wanted to take 3 out of 4, but I'm looking at the big picture when it comes to looking at the season as a whole. You know, you start looking back and you're like, we did this here, we did this here. And for me, you take a split against a division opponent on the road, you're doing okay, right? You're doing okay. It's unfortunate that the 2 losses that we took were both ugly in different ways. The Blue Jays didn't crush us with offense today on their side. For us, it was more about just the lack of execution when we had plenty of chances to get runners in. Just could not get it done. Tomoyuki Sugano makes his major league debut and first start for us. And it was a bit of a mixed bag. Again, we got a 3-1 final, so obviously he didn't crap the bed. But I expected to see a little bit more control and not see more than maybe 1 walk. Did have more than 1, right? I mean, he walked like the first batter of the game. He had, where is it? I see that. He had 2 walks. 1 strikeout, 4 hits, a couple of runs. I mean, 2 runs, 4 innings. It's a 4.5 ERA. But again, that's if there's one thing I did call, it was that he wasn't going to go 6, and he didn't even get to go 5. So that's the one thing that bothers me about Sugano, if anything, is that coming out of the spring, he didn't seem like he was built up to pitch deep in the ball games. I think his last spring start, he only got like into the 60s. So, you know, I'd like my starters to be able to go 6 innings on a regular basis. And if you're only giving up 2 runs, I want you to be able to get through 6 innings. You know what I'm saying? But he's only able to go 4 today. We did get some nice relief pitching out of Matt Bowman and Brian Baker. I think that's a very positive takeaway from this otherwise pretty forgettable game. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers all the proverbial bases, as they say. How you doing, Charm City chat? Thank you as always. Thank you guys. Let me first say thanks as always. Usually I make this a habit for every game, but I realized, I think yesterday, that I should always be thanking the mods here for the job that they do in the Charm City chat, putting in the time. I know they love to hang out themselves and be a part of all this, but still they put in the time to help run things a little smoother there in the chat. And speaking of things running smooth in the chat, obviously today was one of my BW goes off on somebody in the chat day. And I do apologize, because even if I can still call all the balls and strikes and not keep you out of the loop of what's going on in the game while still handling a person like that, at the same time, after a few minutes of interactivity of that sort, it's just not fair to you guys to hear me prattle on about people like, that stuff. So I apologize sincerely. I will work on doing better at that. It won't be the last time. Let me just tell you that, because part of my nature. But I do have the ability, when I catch myself, like today, doing something a little bit overboard, I usually tone it down for at least a little while. Sort of put myself in detention, put the dunce cap on, turn around, face the corner. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, how did I almost forgot. I was about to sign off without even looking at this. What was the... So yeah, a mixed bag. 26 votes. I mean, 70% B or better, I guess, is good, but still, there were more than one or two people to say I flunked. For those people, all I can say is very, very good feeling for our home opener tomorrow and going forward that I'll at least give you a C. C minus. Settle for a C minus. Once in a while. I think by the end of the season, you're going to look back and you're going to see a guy averaging an A minus. He just might have had a C minus today. All right. But anyway, tomorrow's game, once again, the time has changed. Did I already change it in the text, scrolling text at the bottom of the screen? Where is that new time? If anybody knows, please tell me one more time. They moved it up a half an hour, right? I think to 2:35. Does that sound right? Yeah, thank you, David. 2:35. Make sure that's... Yeah, so I will want to be going the air. Since it's opening day, I'm going to go on 15 minutes early. So 2:20 will be the start time for that. Be 1:20 in the morning. Right? One more thing. Going to see if there's a place I can send you. Another colleague of mine maybe calling a game. Do the courtesy of shifting the audience over there, and maybe you can help that channel out. Give them a like, subscribe, or just see what they're all about. Maybe you like them. Yeah, today was pretty ugly. 2 ugly games, 3 days, tough. Again, the home opener tomorrow. That's the it really is the perfect way to get that bitter taste out of the mouth. You know what? Rising Rhino is back calling games. Very difficult to read his thumbnail, but I think I got the right one. So he ought to be in for a nice surprise. Please, folks, as soon as this stream ends, you'll see a little thing pop up that will say, hey, head on over to Rhino. Just a couple of you do it and say hi to him, give him a like, tell him the BirdWatcher sent you. I'm going to go over there myself and say hello because he's been off the air, I think, since the Super Bowl. He's just starting back up, so he's had some time off. Happy to see him back in the grind, calling games. I think he's doing some kind of football that's Canadian, or I don't know. If it's Canadian, I hope it's not the Toronto Argonauts he's calling. And I'm sending you to the wrong place, but hopefully that's not the case. All right, folks. It was a stinker. It was a clunker. And there were a couple of other things that were positive. You know the deal. I went over it all. I'm going to go to sleep now and get myself prepared for opening day at Camden Yards. Okay? Here we are. We're already here. So excited. I'm already here. Oh, yeah. And then, wait a minute. Did I forget that Sugano left with a... Yeah, was it the thumb inflammation, right? Thumb inflammation. So we got that to worry about now. God, let's just say Max Scherzer diagnosed with the exact same thing, and he was put on the 15-day DL today. So it could be Sugano on the 15-day DL before opening day tomorrow. I mean, we're dropping like flies over here, people. I don't know what the hell to do. And maybe one of our weaker batters knows how to pitch. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, folks. Glad you hung out. And again, Rising Rhino coming up next. This has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Have a good rest of your Sunday, everybody.